We are watching a dramatic scene unfold in a quiet suburban neighborhood. A house is completely engulfed in flames and thick, black smoke. As you can see, fire trucks are on the scene, with crews setting up and working to contain this fire. We'll go into more detail, but the visual evidence here is clear. This is a very serious house fire. The intensity of the fire here is quite serious. The fire has engulfed the front of the building and is spreading very quickly. Firefighters are working to extinguish the flames and control the spread, which has gutted the building and is getting worse. We will continue to monitor the response and bring you any new details as we receive them. A ladder truck is currently on scene, a sign of firefighters' efforts to tackle the upper parts of this burning structure. Note the plume of black smoke rising from the house. You can see the fire has now spread to the upper floors as well. This is a sight that shows the power of these flames and the danger to surrounding homes. Looking at the wider angle here, we can now understand what the firefighters are facing as the building burns fiercely. You can see the flames engulfing the front of the house. It is clear that the temperature in that area is very high. The crews are working hard to ensure that no part of this building is left untouched. The main goal is to try to use all resources. Firefighters on the ground and on ladder trucks are currently using their hoses to target what they can reach in this intense fire. You can see that there are fire crews deployed around this building and on the front lines, working to keep the fire contained to the original source. Their goal is still to suppress and extinguish the fire to reduce the spread. The intensity of this fire is still significant. You can see the power as it burns through the roof and upper floors of the house. The fire is really pushing, a sign that there are still areas that are not yet contained. The fire has really taken off and is completely burning through the front of the house. Here, the power of the fire is clearly evident. It is clearly burning everything in its path. The smoke continues to billow and shoot up into the sky as it completely engulfs the entire structure. We continue to see fire crews pushing in from all angles, working to get control of the scene. The black smoke is now so thick that you can't even see the entire structure. It's becoming a major obstacle to efforts to control the fire. Even as the fire crews continue to attack, it's clear how intense this fire is as it continues to spew from the roof and windows. It's important to understand what kind of danger it poses to surrounding homes. Here, crews are strategically spraying water to try to control the fire, using ladders and hoses. They're focusing on the areas where the fire is most concentrated, doing everything they can to make sure the fire is contained. The goal is clearly to stop the spread, and the firefighters are working together as they battle the blaze. You can see the firefighters starting to move around and trying different approaches to control the fire. They are trying to cover from all sides, using different equipment and fire hoses to ensure they have control of the area. Note the amount of black smoke, another sign of how fierce this fire is. We can see firefighters pushing through the intense flames to get the fire hoses in place. They continue to attack and fight in the extreme heat and conditions to put out the fire. The fire crews are showing incredible determination as they continue to push to put out every fire. With this new view, it is clear to see how large and out of control this fire has become. Crews continue to work as they continue to spray water down the structure to extinguish the fire. The plume of black smoke continues to rise as first responders push and aim their water jets. We are now watching firefighters expand their scope, focusing on multiple parts of the home. You can see streams of water hitting the roof, windows, and base of the structure, working methodically to ensure all areas are hit. The fire is out, but they are taking every precaution to extinguish any sparks. The most intense parts of the fire appear to be gone, but these crews are still working and continuing to work to extinguish it. It is clear that they are targeting any areas they see that are still hot and working as a team to prevent the fire from reigniting. The amount of water they are using is impressive and has made a huge difference here. Once the main fire is out, the focus shifts to the overhaul, a necessary step in all of these situations. The fire crews continue to work hard to get water into every area, making sure to tackle any potential fires. They take their time and make sure they take all safety precautions. Here, we can get a good look at the side of the house and see how intense the fire is. The smoke is clearing, but still pouring out of the structure as they continue to spray water into the house. The extensive damage is becoming more apparent as they tackle every area of the building. Although the fire is out, you can still hear the water boiling and hissing as they continue to spray water into the house. There is a huge effort being made to eliminate any possibility of the fire starting again in this house. The roads are currently wet from the amount of water used to extinguish the fire. Once the last visible flames were extinguished, the firefighters began to prepare to pack up their equipment. You can see them begin the necessary process of gathering hoses and putting everything away. They were moving with purpose, and it was clear that they would be moving again soon. The camera starts to pan to other houses. You can see the level of protection the fire crews have provided. The smoke is still thick, but it is now a sign that the fire crews have won the battle today. We can really see how the smoke has spread to the surrounding areas. The scene now shows the full extent of the damage, and the scene is now largely contained. The charred remains of the building are a sad reminder of the power of fire and the need for safety. This is a very difficult scene, and it really shows how quickly a fire can spread. The last fire hose is turned off. It is clear that the fire crews are now preparing to leave. You can see some of the crews starting to leave the scene and head back to the station. Their hard work and determination to protect this neighborhood has really made a positive impact. We are seeing the last of the equipment being gathered. The firefighters working together as a unit. The fire is completely out, and the area will soon begin the cleanup process. You can feel the calm beginning to take over as the emergency situation fades away. We are taking a final look at the house. The house was severely affected by this terrible fire. The fire damage is obvious. The roof and upper floors have suffered extensive structural damage. Now all that is left is to begin the cleanup process. The smoke has finally begun to clear, revealing the devastation left by the fire. The intense fire has burned almost to the ground, leaving very little trace. Now we have a clear view. After the fire has finally been extinguished, the view shifts to the cleanup operation, which will take some time. Fire crews will begin the process of clearing away any remaining debris and hazardous materials to ensure the safety of the surrounding area. You can see the aftermath of the fire, and it is clear that this house has been severely damaged. Now we are seeing the terrible impact this fire has had on the structure. There is extensive damage. This is a stark reminder of the devastation that uncontrolled fires can leave behind. Although the fire has been extinguished, the damage to this beautiful home remains permanent. Here we see a few other fire crews leaving the scene after hours of hard work. Their hoses are being put away as the response is coming to an end. Their presence and efforts have undoubtedly saved more damage. The crews are packing up their vehicles and equipment as the fire is officially declared out. These men and women have just shown us how difficult and dangerous their jobs are. The scene will move from emergency to recovery and cleanup. With the fire finally extinguished and the immediate dangers cleared, we are left with some clear images of the burned building and surrounding areas. You can now feel the calm after all the chaos and activity of the fire response. While the scene is secured, as we close this video, we would like to acknowledge all the dedicated teams and first responders who bravely worked to contain the fire. We thank them for their service. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please take a moment to hit the like button and leave a comment below. Your support means a lot to me and helps me create even better content in the future. Every like, comment, and share makes a huge difference and motivates me to keep improving. I read all of your comments and truly appreciate the feedback and love from this amazing community. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss my upcoming videos. See you in the next one.